Hello friends, today we are going to see difference between promissory note and the bills of exchange. What are the basic difference between the promissory note and bills of exchange? This both are the financial instrument in order to pay debt or any kind of financial transactions, right? So the basic difference between the promissory note and the bills of exchange is the basically it's conditional warranties, and in order to promise, this is basically a promise to pay a debt, and this is basically a order to pay a debt. What does this means? This we will discuss in later on in this video, right? So we are going in the distinction difference between the bills of exchange and promissory note, and at the end of the video you will come to know what is the basic fundamental of this both promissory note and bills of exchange. So promissory note is being defined in the section 4 of Negotiable Instrument Act of 1881, and bills of exchange is defined in the section 5 of the Negotiable Instrument Act. This is section 4 and this is section 5 of Negotiable Instrument Act. Promissory note has basically two parties. Promissory note has basically two parties. One is maker. Maker is the person who make this promissory note, and the payee. The payee is the person to whom or to whose order the money is by the instrument directed to be paid. For example, if person B is being directed to pay that particular money within the specified period of time, then that B person is called payee, right? Maker is called the person who make that particular in the bills of exchange term we can call maker as a drawer, right? The person who draws the bill, draws the promissory note, and the payee is the person who pays that the liability to pay that particular sum of money is on the burden of this payee, right? And if there is any guarantor in the promissory note, then the guarantor the person who is given guarantee is called guarantor or surety. This is the basic parties in the promissory note, right? And in the case of bills of exchange, there are three different parties. One is drawer, drawee, and payee. What the drawer is? Drawer is the person who draws the bill. Let us understand this all these three terms in with an example, right? For example, A gets money from B. A is about to get money from B, and A draws a bill to B that you pay, for example, a sum of 30 rupees to B, and B says right now I don't have money. I means B also get money from C. B gets money from C. Then told A that B told C to kindly pay that sum 30 rupees which B gets from C, to directly pay that sum of to A, right? Recap, I am doing recap. The confusion, there might be some confusion. A gets money from B, right, of 30 rupees, and B also gets same money from 30 rupees from C. In order to, because B currently don't have any money, the bill which has been drawn by A in the name of B has endorsed that bill to C in order to pay that sum of money directly to A. This is called the bills of exchange. This is the basic fundamentals of bills of exchange. Now, point number 3 is the promissory note basically contains a promise to pay. This is not any liability. This is basically a promise which the payee promised to pay in the timely manner as per the terms and conditions laid down, right? And the bills of exchange is an order to pay that particular sum of money, because in this case C gets money from B, B gets money from C, and B has given order to C to pay my money within a stipulated time to A. This is an order, this is a promise. Order is relatively higher value than promise. Next, no conditions shall be made in promissory note. There is the conditionless promissory notes are conditionless. There shall be no conditions in the promissory note, but there might be some conditions in the bills of exchange. What that conditions might be, for example, I am giving you, if any person does not oblige their in their actions, then might be liable for fine, penalty, or any interest. In order to, this is a simple example which I am giving you. This is not at all rigid example, this is simple example. There might be some other examples as well, so as to avoid any confusion, I am giving you this simple example, right? This is basically accepted bill may accepted conditionality, right? Now fifth is the liability of a maker of the promissory note is primary and absolute. What does this mean? This basically means that there is no much liability on the part of the maker of the promissory note to pay that particular or to compulsorily oblige to that particular instrument, right? This is as per my sense of knowledge, this is completely relatively easier, or you can say this is relatively much more, much less effective than bills of exchange. Bills of exchange is much more effective in the terms of financial instruments. The liability of the drawee of a bills of exchange is secondary and conditional. This is conditional, this could be conditioned. As I have earlier discussed, this is more effective than this promissory note. Thank you for watching this video, and